about the channel itself, Lebrowski. Okay. But it says Keemstar Lolcow Live are facing massive allegations. Alrighty. Here we go.
Company, the entire LCU to look like Diddy parties are happening, bro. I have so much stuff I want to say, but I don't want to be perceived as
Diddy parties. Like what kind of Diddy parties, man? What? Okay.
a victim blamer too in this scenario. None of them are saying a crime was committed. You know, none of them are saying that, like, I need to go to the police. Wonder Woman went on Rewind last night clearing Brantley's name because I asked her to do that, and I thought she did, but she didn't. Bro, like,
Also, before I get into this, being as Lolcow universe, there's always a chance that some of this stuff is fake, and also that no one really cares because it's Keemstar. You kind of expect it. You kind of expect it. Do I expect Keem to have some raunchy parties behind the scenes, and may or may not be sharing his girlfriend or fiance, whatever she is? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some. I hope they vet the girls that are involved. Is what I'll say.
Hey guys, Lebrowski here, coming in again with another video. So it seems that because of the rapid decrease in viewership, after Wings had to be fired for attacking Keemstar and his own wife, and because they are losing subscribers instead of gaining them, Keemstar and everyone at the LCU are desperately trying to create some drama in order for their show to stay relevant. Keemstar's decision of taking some random guy out of their Discord as a replacement for Wings didn't help either, and even though I don't have anything against that guy and he seems alright, to be honest, he's definitely not a good fit for Lolcow Live. I mean, he constantly has to deal with part of the chat hating on him and asking for him to get fired.
Look, the chat, they're way fucking smarter than I am when it comes to embarrassing you. These guys,
well, read their shit. Read it.
Isn't it standard course for Lolcow stuff? Isn't every episode of Lolcow Live someone gonna get fired? Isn't that like the running gag?
All right, let's see. Okay, fire rest off. Okay, fire rest off. Fire rest off. Okay, fire rest. Oh man, I mean that's all they're saying at the moment.
But you're gonna have to learn to do the job. Can you try to be funny?
You can just no. You can have sweet tea. It'll be the two of you and sweet tea. You guys have a good time.
Bitch.
I'm new. I don't have as much.
It sounds like they made a mistake firing Wings. Maybe Wings and Keem could have just had like a sparring match and settled that beef and move on.
Experiences you were asked off. You should be like,
no. I suck, man. I suck. It don't matter. I suck. There's no point.
This, together with the complete lack of ideas, has resulted in the show tanking hard as of late. I mean, people are not even hate watching it anymore, and you can see that when you take a look at the decreasing amount of comments they get every time they post.
So it looks like Ben and Grace were right. Lolcow Live is failing. It's gonna fail. Good time for them to kickstart Misunderstood again. Or not.
They have tried doing some IRL content, which at least is more entertaining than the usual crap they put out nowadays, with Keemstar creating fake Discord drama inside of the bubble that he has created for himself and his minions. I mean, at least Boogie's yard sale was somewhat entertaining to watch, but they tried doing the same this past weekend with Cancer Faker 2988 going to some gaming convention, and this was just terrible. I mean, that shit was so bad that I am not even taking the time to make a video about it. So because of the recent fail of the IRL streams, I am afraid that Keemstar will once again go back to the shitty scripts, the fake yelling, and the fake drama. And that brings us...
Of course. So is that where... Okay, so... These massive allegations that he's going to be facing, is it part of the scripts?
To the main topic of this video. The past few hours have been quite hectic for Keemstar and his community because apparently someone in one of the million shows that he has went on to claim that they have been sexually harassed during Fat Camp.
I was put in a very compromising situation at Fat Camp.
By who?
Can you hear me?
Oh, you lagged out a little bit. You're back. You're frozen.
We can hear you now.
What did you hear? What did you hear?
You were put in a compromising situation, and then that was it. Like someone trying to get you to stop saying it.
And I said, who?
It made me feel very uncomfortable. And Only myself and the other person know, and I'm not naming names.
So yeah, this person goes by the name of Wonder Woman, and I believe at some point she was or even is part of this show called Lolcow Aussie. I think she's from
Yeah, she's part of the show. We saw the graphics there. But, like, how do we know this is not scripted?
New Zealand or something, and she flew all the way to America to attend Fat Camp. And well, she would throw some heavy accusations during that interview.
But I was taken into a bathroom with somebody, a female. Wasn't a male, it was a female. And she was taking photos of me. You know, we were taking photos together, fully dressed. And then this female was trying to get me to take my clothes off.
Those are some heavy allegations to make, especially considering that there aren't many women in the LCU, so the list of suspects is quite short.
Do they still work in the LCU?
That's the heavy allegation. That another woman took her to the bathroom, went to the bathroom with her, was taking photos with her, it sounds like consensually, because they're taking photos together, and then was like, hey, let's compare bras, let's compare breast sizes. Is that... If that's the massive allegation, I don't even care, dude. I'm like, okay. All right. Okay. And it's like she doesn't care that much because she's not saying the name and is it enough to like in the business, in business I guess involvement with Keem?
Or do they work in the LCU?
No.
Did they work in the LCU?
No.
Oh, God. I
Well,
have suspicions, but I don't want to say them out loud.
Okay, so some other woman that didn't even work there. Or okay. It was there. I was expecting something far worse. Like she groped me. She grabbed me by my, not like, oh, and she wanted me to take my clothes off. Okay. And it wasn't someone that worked in the LCU. Okay.
Happy that you felt safe enough here on Aussie
This
to
sounds scripted, dude.
talk about what happened to you. I do think that if that did happen, you should probably talk to Keem.
No, I'm not going to bother Keem about it. It was.
I think Keem would want to know.
I think he would.
This sounds so fake. This sounds fake. This sounds like that, like they just want to use this sort of drama for content. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think Keem would want to know, and I think
especially if they're still orbiting the LCU, he'd probably want to know.
if I was Keem, I would want to know.
I mean, especially if they get invited to another event, right?
True.
I guess the moral of the story is just be careful wherever you go, careful your surroundings. Try not to put yourself in a situation where, but for me, it's like I'm very trustworthy. Do you know what I mean? And I'm learning to not do that so easily, if you know what I'm saying.
I think what she meant to say is that she's gullible or even naive. And I mean, I don't quite understand her logic here because she says that she doesn't want to bother Keemstar with these allegations, yet she goes on to one of his shows and talks about it live. I mean, there was no way that Keemstar wasn't going to hear about this.
It is very hard to say the story without
That's the part that makes it seem fake, because they're kind of talking about it just so lightly, kind of tiptoeing around it, beating around the bush, around the whole thing, not really getting into specifics. And then Keem's gonna be like, "Oh, you should have told me you're gonna play like that, right? Like, how come you didn't come to me? when we know what Keemstar really is like with that with that the call with links, I'm gonna make you, like you're gonna need flood insurance. Do you have flood insurance? Because you're gonna need that because I'm gonna make you come so much." Okay. Keem is an animal. Okay. Anyway.
Dropping the
No,
name
but-
though.
No, but that's my choice. That's my choice whether I do or not, right? But
I know, I
just
totally.
wanna
I'm
share
not. I'm just saying it puts everyone else in a more worse situation because now everyone that was there is going to be looked at like,
like
were you
high
the
alert.
fucking weirdo? Do you know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
should probably still tell Keem about it.
You have
Yeah.
to tell Kim
The
because
thing
it's a
is-
safety
yeah,
issue to other people. What
You've
if I
already
bring my
did
wife to the next
by
live
doing this
event?
live.
True.
As Keem is watching.
Yeah. I
That's
guess,
not
yeah.
something anybody should have to worry about. And it sucks that it happened to you. And it sucks that it just fucking sucks. And it sucks that it's in your court to continue it onward. And I know that that's a pain in the ass. And that's the reason a lot of people don't come forward at all, is because once you come forward, you
Man, let me just tell you something right now. Okay, my wife tells me stuff what girls do in the bathrooms. Okay, all right. Dude, the other day my wife was like, yeah, she's seen all her girlfriends naked. Like they'll do stuff like that in the bathrooms. Okay, they will compare breast sizes, or they will look at stuff like that. They will do that. Okay, and so. And it sounds like here, and you know what? I'm getting too into this over something that is fake. So I'm gonna move on. It's fake. Hopefully they say something a little bit more. But I'm going on. It's fake. Let's see.
still
Let's see if
have
I'm right.
more work to do. But I'm proud of you, Wonder Woman.
Mhm.
Thank you for having the personal strength and courage to come up
Yeah.
here and say it. Thank you so much. But you don't have to tell us. Keem should know for everybody's safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's
I'm
gonna
sure,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
He's
now
gonna
that
know. He's gonna find
on-
out now.
Yeah. He's
And
gonna
everyone's,
know.
And
but
that's the thing.
everyone's already like speculating, right? Like Zeta just typed for 10, "F every one of you that typed my name," right? So literally every
not
woman that
Zeta.
does it, I know that, and you said no, but every woman that was there that's not a host and never worked for the LCU, they're going to be like, it was this person, it was this
Target,
person,
yeah.
it was this person. Do you know what I mean? So you have to tell them.
Okay, I'll take that on board.
I mean, talk about a huge shit show, eh? Fight Camp ended up being a disaster in more than one way. I mean, you had Becky and Roxy fist fighting, Wings trying to punch Keem and then pushing Kelly to the ground. You had the Thorpes trying to stream
And that was good content. They should have, if anything, instead of kicking Wings off. I know Wings pushing his wife was too far. Sure, yeah. Team should have, with Wings, had some sort of sparring thing. If they want to fight, if there's some sort of beef between them where they're going to go to blows like that, make that content. And what about the Thorpes?
snipe them, and now these allegations, damn dude, the only thing that was fat was the huge L they took home. Well, that and all the obese people that were there, I guess.
But for me, it's like, we can coast up drama and things like that, right? We're, this is a drama community, but sometimes it's good to actually talk about things that actually happen to you in real life, right? And talk
Of
about
course.
these things together and how
No,
we
for
can
sure.
navigate through those things, right? So yeah.
So you're not going to bring something about sexual harassment to Keem, but you're going to say it publicly in front of everybody so everybody else can take it to Keem, right?
I don't know who this person is coming in with an attitude like this, but like this is her way of getting to Keem because Keem is watching this. That's why I think this is all fake. Like the whole I don't want to bring it to Keem. She just did. Because Keem watches all these shows.
I didn't ask for anyone to take it to Keem.
Yeah, but you're still stating it publicly in front of, I don't know how many people are here. How many people are here? 1,256
Is
people.
that Becky?
So they're going to take it to Keem.
Okay, but they can't. The answer comes from me, who it was.
Yes, but why even speak about it if you're not willing to tell the whole story then?
And they're not going to reveal it because it's all scripted. Just keep the drama going. Don't actually reveal the details of what happened because you don't want it too detailed, right? You want it just vague enough so that you can work with it. Yeah.
I will tell this. I'm not going to tell the whole story on live. I'll go.
Well,
to
then
Keem.
why even mention it?
Do you have a problem that I did?
Yeah, actually I do.
Tell me
because
why,
that's
Xylee.
like
Tell me
because
why.
it starts shit when you do that. If you're not willing to say the whole thing, then don't say anything and just go to Keem with it. You know what I mean? Because if somebody did that, of course you should, obviously it's wrong if somebody did something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that part, but what I'm saying is you giving something a little bit like kind of dangling it in front of people, but then not telling the whole story and saying you're not going to go to Keem with it. Now the Discord's going to be filled with people going, okay, who's her Wonder Woman?
As much as it pains me to say it, I do agree with Xylee here because something this serious shouldn't
I don't, because it's all gay. It's all gay and fake.
be just casually thrown around.
I just say it right now. I mean, maybe I'll be proven wrong towards the end of this video, but I don't think so.
Random live. Then again, knowing how the LCU is, there can be two outcomes. This is either more fake drama created by Keemstar and Creep behind the camera, or this is real and Wonder Woman didn't feel safe talking to Keemstar about it, which is understandable because they're—
But yet she would make it content, so that's why it seems like it is scripted-ish. Like even her story, honestly, as far as like SA stuff, her story was weak. Her story was literally something that, like, what? So her story was a woman that didn't work for LCU but was there at Fat Camp. They went to the bathroom together. They were taking photos together consensually and all that, right? With their clothes on. And then she was like wanting Wonder Woman to take her clothes off. Okay. What happened afterwards? Like what happened in that? Like what happened? Okay.
There have been similar situations in the past with other members of the LCU, and these were swept under the rug by Keemstar the Janny.
And the reason why I didn't is because I didn't want to bother Keem.
But you don't think it bothers Keem by saying it live on air? That
Instead of
bothers
finding out.
Keem. That's going to
Yeah.
bother Keem.
Okay.
By
I've
saying
learned.
it live on air is going to bother Keem.
Okay, Xylee. I've heard what you had
That's
to say,
why
and
this
I'm
is
learning.
fake.
So that's fine. Thank you. Came up. I said what I said. Why are you
Then we got Billy the Fridge there.
attacking me for that? I've listened to what you've had to say. I said no at first. I said no that I didn't because Keem, I didn't want to bother Keem. And we've talked about it on panel, and now I've said, yes, I will. Thank you. Okay, Xylee,
Billy,
stop laughing.
Let's go
Stop
in the other
laughing.
studio.
Xylee,
No,
why are you laughing at me?
because you do not understand what I'm saying. You don't. Do you think? Okay, you don't. You didn't take it to him because you don't want it to bother him. But it's going to bother him that you're saying this live on air.
Yup, and this right here is why I can't stand
And they
Xylee.
just loop that. They keep looping that. That becomes the drama. That's the conflict. You know? There you have it.
You can really tell that she comes from the same snake pit where these bastards like the Oreo slither all day. Imagine laughing at someone telling something traumatic that happened to them. And this is not the first time she does something like this. Anyway, so the way I found out about these allegations is because some of you guys in the comments were asking me to talk about it, and one of you linked this video at this channel called Blind Justice Entertainment. So I went and checked this guy's channel, and it seems that this is the only video they have of this sort, and for what I can see, I get extreme Ricardo Lopez vibes from this guy, so I don't know. I personally take everything he said in this video with a grain of salt.
I feel uncomfortable. Please talk.
You're
to me.
okay.
Oh, so it wasn't a person that is a hired member of Keemstar. Who could it be, I wonder? It's not an employee of Keemstar. Rastov just said they're going to think you didn't want to go to Keemstar for a different reason, and that is the absolute truth. For any of you who are not familiar, all you have to do is go listen to the 3-hour audio recording with...
This guy kind of looks like a Persip, which you probably don't know who that is. But he's an orbiter of Ethan Ralph. Was an Ethan Ralph's host. Co-host for a little while. He looks gay is what I'm saying.
Links and Keemstar, where Keemstar literally talks about how he wants to have a threesome with Lynx and Brantley. and how Brentley and him do this quite often. This is and how they've done it before. It's literally said in the audio clip from Lynx and Keemstar.
This guy's feeding into it because he thinks it's real, but it's not real. Okay.
I'm so glad that Lynx recorded. So I think that it's Brentley, but there's no evidence that Brentley would do something like that. That was just hearsay talking between two drunk people, right? Wait a second. There actually is evidence that Brentley has done stuff like this before and wanted stuff like this to happen at Fat Camp.
So no shade, but this guy doesn't seem like the most reliable source ever. In fact, I am getting creeped out.
Right. I don't really care what he has to say
By watching this. He would bring up a good clip though, displaying how much of a freak Brantley actually is when she gets drunk.
I did have a different outfit before, but it didn't show enough of my boobies. So
I'm a trashy club girl.
I said some jerk.
So she's a drunk party girl. She likes to get drunk at party. Okay.
That's free foot pick.
No, stop saying that.
That's weird.
Why are you saying that? You don't say
Why
that.
was I here?
Used.
To the females that send me news in the Discord, that's fine, but no dicks.
But like I look at them and I review them and make sure that it's nice. Just letting you know.
So wait. Okay. See, I gotta say something too. Like, I mentioned how my wife with her girlfriends at work and stuff that they have seen each other naked. They have done stuff like that. Like my wife receives tits and ass pics from her girlfriends. Okay. No, she doesn't really show them to me. I mean, I would just go and say that doesn't happen. I don't think any of them will watch this stream. Okay, I'm just saying, like, women can be like that. Okay, and if that is true, that Brentley was like getting kind of like flirty with, I guess, Wonder Woman. Well, I mean, just let her know you're not interested and move on. There you go. But like I said, this is all fake and scripted. Okay, it's all fake.
So with Brantley, right? Obviously, she's like smoking hot, right? Whatever, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 10. Yay! Congratulations, you have an eating disorder.
I want to make a tape with Keem, and he doesn't want to make one with me.
Brantley, please, man, come on.
What if it's on your control? Like, what if it's like just you do it and then you
Because Keem has a small dick, probably. Because if he had a big one, he would probably make that tape.
have it for your thing? Because, like, you know, corn. So why not just corn me?
Okay.
Brantley, you're wild. You need to settle.
Why not?
You're a bad girl.
So hot.
If Brantley and Keem make a and I watch it, I'm not going to get canceled for it. Like that one dude.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, she's definitely raunchy. Yeah, I would absolutely believe that she does raunchy stuff. You know, at their gatherings for sure.
For one, they won't. For one, they won't because Keem is in charge. For two, that would.
So let me add this too. The fake part. What I think is fake here is like Wonder Woman kind of doing or acting the way she is about this. Because I think it was like a small thing that happened. And they're just kind of blowing it up for content.
I would watch it too.
Okay.
I'm drunk because I'm tempted to say some dumbass shit.
Pictures of his friends.
I know I should not say.
And he get canceled for it. I'm like, you dude, you allow that to happen.
You will not sexually exploit me.
Lolcow OnlyFans.
Lolcow corn. Our next new show.
Way more money on the hub. Stop going
For
to
real.
the club.
So, Psycho Mom, I love you, and I'm just letting you know I have a support beam in our basement. And I can bring it for Fat Camp if you need.
That's true.
That's very true.
Maybe it's
Brantley made me set up a stripper pole in my house,
team.
and I had to tell my like nephews and nieces that it was a support beam.
I think that the Airbnb is gonna want both of our support beams there. They're probably gonna need that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A
You know?
stripper pole is psycho.
You know what? This doesn't really help with the rumors that I heard other rumors that Brentley was very flirtatious with other guys there at Fat Camp, and other people may have put their got a little taste of the honey. I'll just say it all right. The rumor is someone may or may not have fingered her, and it wasn't Keem.
I didn't even look up moves, and I just taught myself some new shit. Like, I didn't look up.
You are a freak.
Again, this clip shows how much of a freak and a degenerate she is. And again, is that really surprising? I mean, you have...
I'm not surprised by that. Like, you look at her, yeah.
have to be a one-of-a-kind weirdo to be in a relationship with Keemstar. However, I don't feel like this is enough evidence to say that she was the one that's actually her Wonder Woman.
I don't think Keemstar is enough to satisfy her. I'll just tell you that right now. The way she is, oh no, man. She's going to want two dudes at the same time, man. That's what she's going to want.
And as a side note here, imagine how retarded the
And she probably thought Wonder Woman was a dude. I'm just looking at her face right now. I mean, if you told me that Wonder Woman was trans, I wouldn't doubt you.
is that we're talking about this type of allegations on someone named Wonder Woman. I mean, it's almost impossible to take this shit seriously. Anyway, apparently at some point, Keemstar got a hold of all of this, and he posted some statement on his Discord server. Woke up this morning with multiple posts and videos uploaded saying, Brandy made Wonder Woman uncomfortable in the women's bathroom at Fed Camp. Okay, before I keep reading, I want to outline how cancerous is the way Keemstar wrote this. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. False. Wonder Woman has already said it was not Brandy on Rewind last night. I am asking all of you to help me stop this horrible character assassination on Brandley. Again with the character assassination thing. What is this dude?
Play it up, drama.
Remember how he kept blabbing about the character assassination thing during the whole Madhouse disaster?
Remember, and he could be covering it up, but like it's all for content. That's why they're airing it out. That's why they're putting it out there anyway. They're making a show out of it.
The caller called in and said that Brantley was showing her goods to Mike. David must have...
Oh, this was the call that I was talking about. This was the call.
...known that this couldn't be true. Because if it was, he would have already known about it. I mean, if that was true...
By her goods. He means pussy.
It would be outside of the LCU. It would be on Twitter. It would be everywhere. Keemstar's girlfriend is cheating on him.
Yep.
He had to have known that wasn't true. And instead of really combating the caller and making him prove, what they were saying, it was more like they were entertaining it. Let's have a conversation about Brantley, having a small... Just disgusting stuff. And Keemstar must have a small... so now we have a 10-minute conversation of a character assassination on Brantley, who didn't deserve any of that.
Yep.
Which then led into a character assassination of me. It's just... I cannot comprehend how this happened.
Cringe. Anyway, Keemstar went to this other show nobody watches called Lolcow Cafe to do some damage control, and he talked about the situation.
Now that part was not scripted, because I heard that call. I heard that call the other night. I was playing Command & Conquer Generals and just listened to some stuff. I was like, oh man, that's wild. I want to clip that one.
Situation, saying some crazy shit.
What's up, boss?
Good morning. Oh, just putting out all the fires from last night. Whenever I decide that, hey, I have the night off, the whole world burns down.
Always.
Yeah, always. Makes sense, right?
You guys know about all this tea that happened last night?
No, not at all.
We need to go back and watch it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're about to go back and watch everything.
I'll watch it with you because I got a lot of opinions.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And they're even going to review it for content. Look at that. It all works, It's all just drama. And that's different layers of drama. Yeah.
So she didn't want to take it to me because she didn't want to bother me. But this is my yearly Memorial Day weekend party that I go to every year. And all day long, I'm not going to be able to go to the party because I'm dealing with the aftermath of this.
Yeah.
Poor Keem.
Wonder Woman, you failed your objective of not bothering me.
Wah, call the ambulance, bruh. I cannot believe the first thing he has to say about that situation is me. But well, what else could we expect from Keem himself?
I don't know, like, and I really don't know because I'm not an expert on this, but I don't know if she's a victim, because like based on what she's saying someone wanted to take pictures naked, and she got out of the situation. She just left. So is there a crime or something, like, other than feeling uncomfortable?
Yup, here we go. If Keemstar would be a Pokemon, you know for a fact his go-to move would be sweep. This dude must have been a janitor in a past life. The sweeping is reaching astronomical levels. I cannot believe that after making the situation about himself, the next thing he goes on to say is this really a crime? Damn, bro, it must be wonderful working at Keemstar, the company.
A little shitty either way.
So here's the
See, that's where I have to disagree with the guy who's putting this video together. Like, because if you know how raunchy women can be, especially when they're drunk like that. And you know what I'm saying here also is saying that, like, women get a pass on this stuff, because if it was a dude doing that, it would probably see it in a different way. And that's true too. Women do kind of get a pass on that. So, the same reason why, like, when you're at a strip club, like, if you're a dude and you get on stage and mess with the girls, oh, they're gonna have a problem with that. But if your girlfriend gets on stage and messes with the girls, oh, she's just another girl dancing on stage and being freaky. Okay, you know, like, it's not that big of a problem. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It was an awkward situation, but it's not a crime. But all this is played up drama anyway.
thing you got to think about, right? One, were they sober? Because if they're not sober, then that's one question.
Well, I know who it is because I did talk to Wonder Woman afterwards.
Okay.
They were definitely not sober. This person was wasted.
Got it. And then the second thing to me would be, did the person actually touch her and try to remove her clothing before Wonder Woman got out of there? If there was touching involved, trying to take like her top off, pants down, whatever, then at that point, it is what it is. But again,
yeah, but that's the problem. That's the problem. You see what you've done right there? That's what everybody that's hearing this has done, but that's not what's being said.
That's true. That's true. You're
Yeah,
right.
like people are just adding into it. You know, it's like, what did Wonder Woman say? Wonder Woman said nothing like that. You know, it was not very detailed at all. Very vague.
That Wonder Woman said is, me and this female were taking pictures with our clothes on. Then she wanted to take pictures, and I.
And you know what? This part of the reason why I still think it's like kind of played up and kind of cooked up, you know, because it's like, oh, we have this person that's not named. We don't know who this person is. It was kind of made it an uncomfortable situation with Wonder Woman. Okay, it seems like it would be scripted.
I felt uncomfortable and I got out of the situation. Now, even though that's what we know so far publicly of what took place, everyone has now jumped to she was assaulted.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's turned into this whole thing. And then she didn't name publicly who it was. So now there are videos on YouTube saying that Brantley did this, and Brantley did not do this, right?
Oh my
there are people
gosh.
saying it's Zeta Ray's wife. It's not Zeta Ray's wife.
Once again, grade 8 idiot Keemstar fails to comprehend the simplest of scenarios right in front of him. If a woman is telling you that they felt uncomfortable and someone wanted to take pictures of her in a fucking bathroom of all places, that is per definition at the very least harassment. Like, what are we doing here, dude?
Yeah, but chicks do that stuff. I mean, it's just kind of whatever, man. You know? But we don't even know if the whole thing's real. It's probably not even real. And you know what? I don't even believe Keemstar was away for his Memorial Day party. I believe Keemstar was listening to all this. Okay.
This is not that difficult. Well, unless you want to sweep, that is.
It's not Desi. You know, this is a huge fucking problem. This has caused like some insane like scandal where now multiple people are being accused of like sexual and all this other stuff, which is this assault? Someone wanted to take nude pictures and Wonder Woman didn't and she just left. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't really go as far to call it that.
I wouldn't either.
You know what would be ironic? If Wonder Woman already has like nudes out there, like on OnlyFans and stuff. I don't know. Like it seems like I don't know if that's the case for her.
No, they try to take advantage of her, I guess. I don't know if that's the right wording.
I don't even know if it's tried to take advantage because like, you know, what if Wonder Woman was down to take the sexy photos, right? She just declined the offer and left. So I don't even know if you can say tried to take advantage. Like to me, this sounds like Wonder Woman was in an offered something that she was not comfortable with and left. I'm sorry, but it does seem pretty fucking simple.
I mean, of course, this script would say something like this. This is Krispy Kreme we're talking about. Regardless of what the situation was like, minimizing her story just because some people was saying it was your girlfriend who did it is actually crazy. And I mean, I get it, he must be mad because at the end of the day, these are in fact defamatory claims, which by the way, I clarify right now that I am not making. I am just narrating over this situation. But still, disregarding Wonder Woman's feelings about it is crazy. No shit, she didn't want to go to Coom with her story.
Like, I'm glad it didn't go any farther than that.
Well, the problem is
that's not how anyone.
Man, part of me thinks, and this is what I mean by scripted. Okay, part of me thinks that like because they need drama for views, right? They need drama to get their views up. So Keemstar and Wonder Woman hooked up this thing. It's going to be kind of a vague description of the situation. People are going to add into it as it carries on. Other people are going to add, throw some names. And Keem is acting like he has a problem with it. And he's playing that role. Okay. That's what I think is happening here. Maybe I'm too jaded from having seen a lot of this stuff. You know, but that's what I see here. Because why else would she like come out live like that and act like she's not telling Keemstar when Keemstar would be listening to the show anyway? So she is telling Keemstar. That doesn't make any sense.
One's going to react to this when they hear this story, the way Wonder Woman delivered it, the way the other hosts on Aussie are responding to it. Even though if you look at the words and what's being said and you look closely to the story, it seems like a nothing burger. The way it was presented was like somebody got raped.
Yeah.
That's the way it's presented.
That is not at all the way this was presented. Wonder Woman was...
Well, Keemstar's hyping it up there to make the drama even more potent. They're all playing the same game. They're just different players of that game. Okay? Keemstar's the quarterback on this. Okay?
Pretty clear that she was in a situation she felt she was uncomfortable with and that at most she was harassed. I don't recall her saying at any moment she was...
Actually, I guess in this situation, she would be the quarterback. All right? She threw the ball. Keem got it. Keem ran with it. A lot of people did. There were a lot of receivers here in this situation.
I mean, I understand that the dance that Keemstar has as an audience would probably jump to that conclusion because, well, they probably have trouble counting to 10, but most people didn't go that far. That, of course, doesn't mean that what happened during Fat Camp was okay.
Well, also,
not good.
The other thing to think about is look at Wonder Woman's body language, right? She's not in fear. She's not crying. She's not sad. It's almost like gossip. You know what I mean? So if that really did happen and she felt that way, I don't think she would have like the look on her face talking about it, you know? And if she talked to you already and y'all figured it all out and no one wants to proceed forward with anything, then that should say what it is. The issue is these clip channels and these haters are going to spin any kind of narrative to try to bring the whole thing down. That's all this is.
I mean, yeah, I guess that guy has a point, but the thing is that I've seen other clips of that woman, and she always has the same demeanor, so it's kinda hard to read her emotions. And I honestly think it's a bad look that he goes on to say that the clip channels and haters are going to spin things to create some false narrative. I mean, I am here covering this in good faith, and I honestly don't know if it was Brantley or not, but unlike that other guy, I wouldn't go pointing fingers without any solid evidence.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't like any of this stuff, dude. Like, I can't comprehend the need to come out and air this stuff out when all parties involved do not feel like they, were
Good acting there on Keem's part, right? Act like he's completely surprised by this.
Or like a victim of SA or something. Like, none of them are saying a crime was committed. None of them are saying that, like, I need to go to the police. What they're saying is, oh, somebody was acting a little freaky. It was weird. I was uncomfortable. Like, I don't know how to say this stuff is so touchy that I probably just talking right now said something fucking stupid that I'm going to get fucking nailed to the cross on,
This right here is completely contradictory. What do you mean you don't know why Wonder Woman would air this out? You literally have been creating...
No, he's playing dumb. He's just playing dumb. He knows why she would air it out. He probably told her to do it. Look, man, I'm not a Keemstar stan. Okay, I'm just saying it's been cooked up.
Fake drama after fake drama since Fat Camp ended. Of course,
Exactly. There's been lots of fake drama. The real stuff that gets too real. Oh, that's Wings. Oh, Wings got too real, and because he got too real, he got kicked out. Okay. Wings went off script.
It was a good idea to make more drama out of her situation, because that's exactly what you and your body creep behind the camera encourage other people to do for content. Like, this is just insane levels of brain dead at this point.
That's disgusting.
And then last night, I talked to Wonder Woman to get the full story. She told me, like, more details and, like, who the person was and all this other stuff, right? And then I go, Wonder Woman, could you please do me a favor? Go on Rewind and clear Brantley's name. All right. She goes on Rewind and goes, it was not a person that was on camera. That's all she said. Why, bro?
Oh, God.
And now Wonder Woman's sleeping right now. And I'm like, dude. So I put out that statement saying Wonder Woman went on Rewind last night clearing Brantley's name because I asked her to do that. And I thought she did, but she didn't. Bro, like, what?
That's crazy.
It almost made it worse.
Keep it vague. That's great. I'm like, yeah, just keep the drama going. Keep it vague. Yeah, all right.
It literally made it worse.
Bruh, I know this is a serious situation to some extent, even though we all know that most of the things that happen in the LCU are fake, but it is hilarious to see Keemstar taking yet another L due to his stupid schemes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, Wonder Woman.
What were the views like for these streams though? Was it an L or was it a W? Because that's what Keem would be concerned about.
I would never, ever allow Twiggy to say that you essayed him or something. I wouldn't let him because I was there. I saw you dancing with him. That's not what happened, right? I would never allow that. I can't believe that you're like leaving little bits and pieces out of the story for this to be a thing and my company, the entire LCU, to look like Diddy parties are happening.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
Nothing like that.
We
No.
can't have that.
Oh, well, there's that clip there. Yeah, this is nothing like a Diddy party. This is nothing. But that's this whole like the extent that it's been exaggerated. That's intended, man. If Keemstar wasn't with these, whoever these people are that talk about this, what would they've been talking about? You know, like it's part of the drama. It's part of it.
Damn, bro, Diddy Star over here getting exposed out of his damn mind, huh?
Tech people, and our viewers, many of our viewers have been victims of SA and sexual harassment and all that other stuff. So they're quick to try to defend someone that's perceived as a victim. But like, dude.
By the way, this would not be the first time Lolcow Live Universe used that sort of material for content.
Oh, God, this is just such a fucking nightmare. What is wrong with these people, dude?
No, I just don't understand.
Yep.
I'm supposed to be at a party right now. Like, this is a yearly party with my friends and family, and I can't be there because I have to deal with this.
Damn, dude, Keemstar over here again making the situation about himself, talking about parties and shit. This guy is absolutely
No, he's just saying that to make it sound like he had something other to do. He had nothing else to do. Like this is what he's doing, okay? No.
from reality at this point.
Dude, I wish Wonder Woman would have just came to me and was like, hey, this happened. I felt uncomfortable.
Like, even like at the time it happened too, not like months after the fact, you know?
Well, even if it was months after the fact, she still, in my opinion, should have just came like went to him first. You know,
Definitely.
like it's just ridiculous.
No, I agree with you. All I'm saying is like the sooner the better, because like after the fact, there's already narratives about fat camp, shit that happened at fat camp. People are already dogging it now.
I get that.
This is just another layer like of the cake to add on to it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah, so this has not changed my opinion at all.
I have so much stuff I want to say, but I don't want to be perceived as a victim blamer too in this scenario.
Well, I know you're not a victim.
There wasn't even a victim. It's all just fake.
Because I don't really think there's a victim there.
Well, Bud, I have bad news for you, because this is exactly how you just portray yourself by saying that it was nothing, that it wasn't a crime, that you spent the whole day trying to fix this.
And then Lebrowski, if he sees my reaction to this, if he does, will be like, oh, you know, you're not recognizing the victim. Like, I see this as fake, cooked up drama for views. And I still haven't seen anything that shows otherwise. Because all this was very vague stuff. You don't even know the person's name. Oh, it was handled behind the scenes and all this stuff. It was like, it's weak sauce, okay?
When you should be drinking yourself stupid with your friends and so on. Like, I don't even recall him saying at any point during this call that he felt bad about Wonder Woman. Then again, that could be my deteriorated memory from watching so much of this shit.
I don't really think there's a victim there, but also, couldn't there be another scenario where like Wonder Woman says to this person, like, honey, you're drunk, and like takes care of them? Because they're clearly, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to victim blame or whatever, but like, come on, like, bro, the way this has been told on my show, it's like a fucking Me Too story, and I don't know if it is.
Tim, dude, saying I don't want to be a victim blamer and then not even 30 seconds later coming up with this shit, bro, you really can't make this shit up. Anyway, like I said before, I don't know who did in fact want to get pictures of Wonder Woman. I don't know if it was really Brantley like that other guy claimed. We would have to wait and see if they clear up the situation, which probably they are going to do in today's show, because let's be honest, what else are they going to do? With how dried up they are of ideas, this came to them like a holy gift from the heavens.
That's why they cooked this up. So they can get more views. Maybe get more donos. Like, that's it, man. That's it. I mean, because if there was really a big thing and she wanted to bring down Lolcow Live, the Lolcow universe, she could have went on any other platform and done this in a different way. But no, she aired it out on a Lolcow Live related stream so that Keemstar would hear about it. But and I think, and of course, we don't have evidence for this, but I think she aired it out because Keem told her to. Like, because the facts of this situation are so vague. It's like it's great for that. That's when I say this stuff is scripted. That's what I mean. Like, very vague details that people can work with. All right, the people on the panel will respond to it in the way they will, just be concerned, okay, and you kind of just stay there, and it's no longer really about what happened, and then it just becomes about like, I guess like, why didn't you tell Keem and stuff like that, okay, and then the hate watchers will eat into this and feed into it, and Keem's wanting that as well. That's what I see. So, fake and gay is what I think. This video was titled Keemstar Lolcow Live are facing massive allegations. These aren't even no. You've been played. It's all fake. And I don't even think Keemstar's a good guy. Don't don't get it twisted. But that's what that is.